There are moments in history so disturbing that the governments involved classified the files for over a century. Today we're opening 5 of them. Visual, dark atmospheric montage, old photographs, archival footage, eerie location shots, text overlay. 5 disturbing true stories. Your deep, calm narration over this. Story 1. The Dancing Plague of 1518. In July 1518, a woman named Frau Trophäa stepped into the streets of Strasbourg and started dancing. She didn't stop for 6 days. Within a week, 34 others had joined her. Within a month, it was 400 people dancing uncontrollably, collapsing from exhaustion, some dying from heart attacks and strokes. The city's physicians had no explanation. They actually built a stage and hired musicians, hoping the dancers would dance it out. It made things worse. To this day, no one knows what caused it. Theories range from ergot poisoning to mass psychogenic illness, but none of them fully explain what happened. Visual, old illustration of the dancing plague, map of Strasbourg, CGI of medieval street scene, text overlay, 400 people, no explanation. But that's just the beginning. The next story involves something found at the bottom of the ocean that shouldn't exist. Story 2, the Antikythera Mechanism. In 1901, divers, exploring a Roman shipwreck near the Greek island of Antikythera, pulled up a corroded lump of bronze. It took decades to realize what it was, a mechanical computer built around 100 BC. This device could predict solar eclipses, track the cycles of the Olympic Games, and model the motion of the planets. The technology inside it wouldn't be matched for another 1,400 years. We still don't know who built it. We don't know how they had the knowledge, and we've never found anything else like it. Visual underwater footage, close-up of the mechanism, CGI reconstruction, comparison timeline showing 1,400-year gap. Now here's where things get genuinely terrifying. Story 3, the Hinterkaifeck Murders. On the 31st of March, 1922, 6 members of the Gruber family were found brutally murdered at their remote farmstead in Bavaria, Germany. All 6 had been lured to the barn one by one and killed with a mattock. But here's the part that still haunts investigators. Someone lived in the house for days after the murders. They fed the animals. They ate food from the kitchen. Neighbors saw smoke rising from the chimney. Whoever killed the Gruber family stayed. Over 100 suspects were investigated. None were ever charged. The remains open. Visual, historical photos of Hinterkaifeck, crime scene illustrations, map of Bavaria, eerie farmstead recreation, text overlay. The killer stayed for days. If you're the kind of person who digs into stories like these, hit subscribe. We go deep into dark history every week. Story 4, the Voynich Manuscript. Somewhere in the Bineca Library at Yale sits a 600-year-old book that no one can read. The Voynich Manuscript is 240 pages of text, written in an unknown alphabet, accompanied by illustrations of plants that don't exist, astronomical charts that don't match any known system, and diagrams of human bodies connected by unexplained tubes. The world's best cryptographers, linguists, and code breakers, including teams from the NSA, have tried to decode it. All have failed. Carbon dating places it around 1404, but who wrote it, what language it's in, and what it means remain completely unknown. Visual, scans of actual Voynich pages, close-ups of the mysterious illustrations, Yale Library exterior, text overlay, 600 years, 0 answers. And the final story might be the disturbing of all, because it happened on live radio. Story 5, the Max Headroom broadcast intrusion. On the 22nd of November 1987, during a broadcast of the TV show Doctor Who in Chicago, the signal was hijacked. For 90 seconds, viewers saw a figure wearing a Max Headroom mask, distorting their voice, making bizarre and sometimes obscene gestures. Despite one of the largest FCC investigations in history, the hijacker was never identified. This wasn't just a prank. It required extremely sophisticated equipment and deep technical knowledge of broadcast systems. The FBI investigated for years, nothing. To this day, the person behind the mask has never been found. Visual, actual footage of the broadcast intrusion, widely available. FCC investigation documents, Chicago skyline, circa 1987. Text overlay, 90 seconds, never caught. 5 stories, all verified, all documented, none of them explained. History isn't just dates and names, it's full of moments that remind us how much we still don't understand. If you want more stories from the dark side of history, subscribe and hit the bell. Drop a comment and tell me which of these 5 disturbed you the most. See you in the dark.